Today is National South Dakota Day, and South Dakota is full of military history. So joining me now is Bob Kuser here to talk about the Fort Meade Museum and the history that it holds. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Well, good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's just start with the history of Fort Meade. When was it established?
It was established in 1878 and as a cavalry post. It was 4 years after the Black Hills expedition and 2 years after the Battle of Little Bighorn. And the troops, the 7th Cavalry, who were stationed at the time and in Fort Abraham Lincoln up near Bismarck, moved down to the Black Hills area because it was requested to take and have some type of military presence as the settlers and the miners were establishing into the area. And so that was their primary mission, was to come down here, establish a fort and a peacekeeping mission.
And so why is it important to kind of uphold this history that they brought to South Dakota? So we can talk about some of these items here. You know, what is important about this history?
Well, the history actually dates back to the Western expansion. As the settlers were moving west, continued to need protection and everything. So we took and established forts throughout the frontier area at that time. And so a lot of the forts, like Fort Riley, Fort Robinson, several of those have a very similar footprint of what we have at Fort Meade. And so it just, at the time, it was to have military presence for peacekeeping missions. And
what do you guys have on display at the Fort Meade Museum?
We have a lot of display cases that actually tell the story of the 66 years that the museum, at the cavalry was active at Fort Meade. And then today we still have the historical grounds that are being very well preserved by the VA. And so most everything that's there is still in the same order. Most of the buildings are after 1900. However, we do have one building that does date back to 1879. Wow. And nearly all the buildings on Fort Meade are occupied.
And so let's talk about what is this image? What are these from? What can people are what are people looking at?
Yeah, the helmet is a typical World War II era, the Douai type helmet. And this the equipment belt that the soldier would have. This in particular has an ammo pouch on it. But we have a lot of this type of stuff available for display throughout the different display cases. We have several of these long portraits like this. I like this one. It was a 1928 photo taken from a vantage point to the south side. But what I like about this one, the old Army Hospital is right here in the center. And so, you know, you come in on Custer Avenue today, a few stone houses are there. Most of the wooden ones are been upgraded. But as you get back over into this corner, right in that area, you'll see the housing. That was officers' housing along that side. And then you'll get back behind the flagpole there, which is kind of hard to see. There's the admin building, the enlisted barracks, and behind that was the stables and the animal care buildings, and et cetera.
Wow, yeah, so this is full of history. You can obviously get the full experience at the Fort Meade Museum. What are your guys' hours?
Our hours are 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
All right.
And we're closed on Sundays, and we're seasonal, so we'll be opening here at May 13th, and we will be open until the 30th of September.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, Bob. This is amazing to learn all about the history that Fort Meade brings to the hills. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
In Depth with Graham Bensinger.
Sunday at 4:30.
It's the buy one, get one free flooring sale at Floor & Home by Carpet One. Through Monday, get BOGO savings on all types of flooring, plus 3 years special financing. Buy 1 foot of select waterproof luxury